Alright, I'm on hole number 18 of the Easter Open tournament in the opening round of the rookie division. See the people up here at the top. We did get somebody that shot into the 25 range. I think they probably did the same. No, they dropped hole number 1. I dropped hole number 5 of what I would consider a perfect round, just trying to shoot the 26, not doing anything special. But hole number 5 with the account with lower level clubs is a tough hole. Hole number 5 is the tough hole. That's the hole. That's the only hole that we really are trying to go for. If you've got lower level clubs that you're really trying to go for, you have to get that eagle in order to get that 26 to be at the top. But even shooting the 25 in a weekend round, you can see right here in a weekend round, if you shoot a 25, that's going to be a top 15, in some brackets top 10. In some brackets, that might even get you a top 5. That might get you 5th place. Top 10 probably for sure. So if you've been shooting down here, you know, you're finishing up your weekend rounds in the 30s or the 40s. It does not take that much better play to get yourself into the top 20, top 15, top 10. It does take better play if you're trying to get into the top 5. You're going to have to pick. There's going to be a lot of 26s. And if you can pop out a 27, you're going to give yourself, in this particular tournament, you're going to give yourself a serious shot at winning a tournament. It still may not be enough. It may just be a top 3. But if you can shoot that consistent 26 and pick up even just one extra shot, that's probably a win, the way that this tournament's playing. But if you can shoot a 25, you're looking at moving yourself way up the charts. So we're on hole number 18. This hole here is all about the drive. If you get the drive right and end up out here, I'm trying to get into my short iron and long iron range, so I've tried the backspin thing here, and I really like it, but I can see how you can have an epic fail where you're on the green, you did the backspin, and you epic fail just because you did that backspin. I did it yesterday in the qualifying round, and I hit the flagpole. And that was bad because I hit that flagpole and its backspin engaged and it rolled me way down the hill. I'm going to use a Titan because I have lots of them. Extra mile. This isn't going to come into play, but just in case, I'll bring a sniper. Extra mile. I got my accurate clubs. Everything else looks good. I got a Titan, and off we go. So this is all about the drive. If you hit the drive so that you're anywhere on the fairway, you can get on into, get your eagle and go home. If you don't succeed on this drive and you end up in the rough, you could be in a spot of bother, especially if you're in the rough up on the hill before you get to the sand, or if you end up in the sand. So it's important that you end up down here on the bottom. Even if you end up in the rough down on the bottom, you still have a shot of getting on into, getting your eagle and going home. But if you end up failing anywhere from this sand towards the tee box, you're in big trouble. So our opponent's using a white ball with a 5-4 wind. The wind's going to push him out into, it's going to push him off to the left forward. The thing with the white ball is you can see how much worse it bounces when you're doing an overpower shot, so you have a lot less control. It's much harder to hit perfect. And if you fail up here, you could be in big, big trouble. So hopefully we can help our opponent out here. I'm going to use a Titan. Yeah, I really want to end up out in this area right here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come in here. I'm going to come up from this side right here. 4-3. So there's 4. And I'm going to push it forward and get back to the red line. So I put the distance back in it, but I took out the side wind. Hitting it perfect. Nice and easy, going over. So that's how you do that adjustment when you're dealing with that. Some winds are really hard to, like you can organically look at it, but if you if you're using a wind ring, that's how you'll do it. Take the wind out like you normally would. That takes all the wind out. If you look at the way the wind's going, some of that wind is pushing you forward and some of that wind is pushing you to the left. So by adjusting the wind out there, I took all the left out. And then by pushing it forward to the red line, I put all of the forward wind back in it. So our opponent laid themselves up to give themselves a good second shot. Okay, and I'm going to come way back here and try to run this ball up. I'm going to go right at it. It's about 1 per ring, 1, 2, so there's 3, 3 and a little. It's probably going to be short. Hitting it perfect. It's hard to get a read on this, and it is going to be way short. You can see it hits that. It's hard to judge that because of all of the movement that's on the green. But we're going right at it by being way back there. And I haven't been before. In the past, you didn't have to go back so far. That's what I'm saying is I think they made this mound right here where you can see kind of right here where the hillside ends, and they've extended that range out for that hill, and it's made the approach to this green much harder. But I think by going back there, I'll go back and look at that video because I liked the way that went in with the Hornet. But the ball guy definitely lied. And that's what I'm seeing on any kind of shot on this. Whether you're doing the backspin shot or trying to run it forward or whatever you're trying to do, the ball guide is lying. Not a good game yet. Let me make this. But I did give myself a shot at Albie there. And this is a hole that you definitely want to give yourself a shot for Albie. If you can succeed on the drive shot, then you do have an Albie shot here. And it's a dangerous green because if you're, depending on where you're at, if you go back and watch hole number 9 in this, I mean, I was not very far away from the green, but that putt is a tricky putt. All right, that was the Easter Open tournament in the opening round of the rookie division, and we ended up in second. I cannot be separated, so we both got 12s. I think I shot a 12 in the qualification round. So as far as tiebreakers go, you know, if you look at how these brackets are going, I'm seeing, you know, I'm expecting that there'll probably be a couple more people in here that'll pop out at 26. So I'm probably looking at somewhere in a top 5 finish. And if you think about, you've got 50 players. Let's say we get 4 players at 26, and we get a couple more players that are in the 25. That's putting me in the top 10, top 6, 7 in this bracket. And you figure you got another bracket that's being brought over for the weekend round, so you combine those two together, and I'm probably looking at somewhere in the top 12 just by shooting a 25. So if I can repeat that, rinse and repeat, and get another 25, I'm probably looking at somewhere in that same finish. So I'm looking at a top 15 finish just shooting a 25. And depending on how it goes, that could be a top 10 finish. But if I wouldn't have failed on hole number 5 and I would have got that eagle, you know, and get that 26, you're easily looking at a top 10. I mean, I don't see you being outside of the top 10 in most brackets if you shoot a 26. Now, if you're in the rookie division and you're playing an expert account like my main account or a master's account, with my odd account here, there may be 25 people that shoot a 26. So, you know, you're going to want to separate yourself. But when you're up there, everybody's got higher developed clubs. Everybody's got better balls. Again, got a big collection of them. So, you know, it's going to be, that's how tight these brackets are. But just shooting the 26, just going out there and being nice and easy on them is going to put you up towards the top. So hopefully all my teammates that are watching this, you know, if you've watched all 18 of these holes, I have really just been dinking around. And I haven't been trying to go for a lot of stuff. And if you just play consistent from the fairway to the green, get your birdie, go to the next hole, play from the fairway to the green, get your birdie and go to the next hole, it'll move you way up the charts. All right, that was the Easter Open Tournament in the opening round of the Rookie Division. Thanks for watching.